I'm 73 years old, and I'm about to tell you something that might upset you. Everything you think you know about getting older is completely wrong. And the worst part, the people who should be telling you this, your parents, your teachers, society, they're either lying to you or they don't know themselves. You see, I spent the first 50 years of my life believing the same lies you probably believe right now. I thought I had it all figured out. I had the career, the house, the respect of my peers. But at 52, something happened that shattered everything I thought I knew. And what I discovered in the 21 years since then has completely changed how I see life, death, and everything in between. But before I tell you what happened, I need you to understand something. The reason I'm making this video isn't to impress you or to make myself feel wise. I'm making this because I'm running out of time, and there are things you need to hear before it's too late. Not for me, for you. At 52, I had what doctors call a cardiac event. That's a fancy way of saying my heart tried to kill me. I was in a meeting discussing quarterly projections when suddenly the room started spinning. The next thing I remember is waking up in a hospital bed with tubes coming out of my arms and my wife crying in the corner. The doctor said I was lucky. Lucky. I had just come face to face with my own mortality. And they called it luck. But they were right. Because lying in that hospital bed with nothing to do but think, I realized something terrifying. I had been living my entire life on autopilot. I wasn't really alive. I was just going through the motions, checking boxes, trying to meet everyone else's expectations. And here's the part that haunts me to this day. If I had died that day, what would I have left behind? A nice house, a retirement account, a collection of achievements that nobody would remember in 5 years. Let me tell you the biggest lie you're probably telling yourself right now. I have time. I'll do that later. When I'm older, I'll finally live the life I want. I see young people in their 20s, 30s, even 40s, all saying the same thing. When I make more money, then I'll be happy. When I get that promotion, then I'll relax. When the kids are grown, then I'll travel. When I retire, then I'll finally do what I love. Let me save you 50 years of regret with one simple truth. That day never comes. The goalposts keep moving. You get the promotion and suddenly you need the next one. You make more money and suddenly you need more money. You're always chasing something just out of reach. And before you know it, you're 70 years old wondering where your life went. I spent 30 years climbing a ladder only to realize when I got to the top that it was leaning against the wrong wall. And you can't climb back down and start over. Time doesn't work that way. Here's something nobody tells you when you're young. Success is a terrible goal. And I say this as someone who achieved everything I set out to achieve. I made partner at my firm. I bought the house. I had the respect of my colleagues. And none of it mattered. You achieve your goal and for about 48 hours you feel amazing. Then the feeling fades. You're back to baseline. Now you need a new goal, a bigger achievement, more validation. It's a hamster wheel. I had a friend who died 3 years ago at 68, worked 70-hour weeks his entire life, built a multi-million-dollar business, never took a real vacation, kept saying he'd slow down next year. Next year came and he had a stroke. At his funeral, his son said, "My father was a successful man, but I barely knew him." Is that the legacy you want? Your regrets won't be about the things you did wrong. They'll be about the things you didn't do at all. I don't lie awake at night thinking about failed business deals. Those don't matter. You know what keeps me up? The trip to Japan I never took. The relationship with my brother I let deteriorate. The book I always wanted to write but never started. The time I didn't spend with my kids because I was working late. These things eat at you. The missed opportunities, the roads not taken. The love you didn't express, the risks you didn't take because you were afraid. The people you love, your parents, siblings, close friends, you think you have unlimited time with them. You don't. One day, that time will run out. My father died when I was 45. We had a complicated relationship. I was always too busy to work on it. I thought we'd have time later. We never did. Heart attack. Gone within hours. My biggest regret. All the Sundays I didn't call him. All the times I was too tired to drive over for dinner. All the small moments I let slip away. There won't always be more. After my heart attack, I made big changes. Stepped back from work. Started saying no to things that didn't matter. Started saying yes to things I had put off for decades. In the last 21 years, I've learned more about life than I did in the previous 52. What matters is embarrassingly simple: time with people you love, work that feels meaningful, experiences, not possessions, creating memories, being present. I know it sounds simple. When I was younger, I would have rolled my eyes, but I have bills to pay. Yes, you do. I'm not saying quit your job. I'm saying don't sacrifice what matters for what doesn't. Ask yourself this honestly. If you died tomorrow, would you be satisfied with the life you've lived so far? Not impressed others, not achievements, just satisfied? If the answer is no, what are you waiting for? What are you doing that's so important you're willing to gamble your one precious life on it? I'm 73 years old. Every morning I wake up knowing I'm on borrowed time. We all are. Most people just don't realize it. They think they're invincible. They think they have forever. They don't. I have grandchildren. When I look at them, I see the same patterns. Stress, anxiety, chasing things that won't make them happy. I try to tell them what I've learned, but they can't really hear it yet. They're living in a storm. That's why I'm making this video. Because maybe someone will listen. Someone will choose differently. Someone will avoid the regrets that haunt people like me every single day. You're getting closer to death. Nobody likes to think about it. But time is limited. Your parents are aging. One day they won't be here. Neither will your friend's spouse or even you. So what are you going to do? Keep postponing the phone call, the trip, the life you want, or wake up today and live like your time matters, because it does. If I could talk to my 30-year-old self, I'd say this: stop trying to impress people who don't matter. Stop sacrificing your health for your career. Stop putting off joy. Call your parents more. Take the trips. Do the things that scare you. Say no to draining obligations. Say yes to what fulfills you. Start now. Not next year. Not later. Now. Because the perfect time never comes. Life will always be messy. If you wait, you'll wake up one day and realize you waited your entire life away. I'm 73. Maybe I have 10 or 15 years left. Maybe less. And I'm okay with that. Because these last 21 years have been the richest of my life. Not because of money. Because I finally lived intentionally. I've traveled, deepened relationships, forgiven people, said, I love you. Often, I'm happier now with less time than I was when I thought I had forever. That's the irony. When you realize time is limited, you start living. You stop postponing joy. You create the right time. You have a choice today. Keep living the same way, or wake up and start now. I can't choose for you. I can only warn you. Don't waste 52 years figuring this out. Learn from my mistakes. Live intentionally. Prioritize what matters. Stop waiting for someday. Someday is today. It always has been. If this resonates, share it. Leave a comment. Tell me what you'll do differently. Subscribe. I have more truths to share, and not much time left. The clock is ticking. What are you going to do with your time?